What is he doing? Alrighty, folks, we're back here ready to go here for the next game, and right now we have the Lady Wolves of St. Augustine ready to take on the Lady Indians of Douglas, and it's a quick 2-0 lead here as number 32 for the Lady, which I don't have one of those, okay? All right, so back on the floor now. I don't have a 32 here for Coach Cloudy's squad, so we'll see if we can work that out here. Douglas basketball is a 2-0 ball game, or 1-0 ball game here for Lady Wolves of St. Augustine, as it is Douglas basketball. They're moving around over to the right side, and now back here into the middle. Moving around. Drive there by Null. Null can't get the shot to go. Rebound comes out here by Clark, and there's going to be a foul on the floor. That's going to be against the Lady Indians, I do believe. So the Indians ready to bring it in. As there's a shot on the way, will not go. Lady Indians get this rebound. A lot of action going on out here. Yeah, that's right. I don't have a number 32, but that's okay. We'll get it worked out. There's a number 32 on the floor here for Coach Cloudy's squad. We don't have a name for her, but let's see if we can get that worked out at halftime. Just a minute gone. And we're going to get another whistle out there. So that's another couple of whistles here. Getting a lot of whistles to start off here early into this ball game. That was on number 32 for Coach Cloudy and his squad. And going to the line here is number 11. That is Rickman. He's shooting a couple here, trying to get the Lady Indians of Douglas onto the board. And no good on the first one. Second one on the way. And it goes in and out as well. Could have been an over-the-back call there, but nobody was going to go out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Lady Indians there. It's going to be an inbound play coming in. That's number 15. That is Fuchs. Going to get it in here, and does. She's going to get it back underneath. A nice job as Fuchs will get the first bucket of the game here for the Lady Indians. So back up the floor now comes St. Augustine. Pushing it up here is Clark. Clark going to drive it up underneath here and going to find Wade. Wade can't get it to go. Ball's off and loose, and then Null will get the rebound and ready to bring it back up the floor now for the Lady Indians here. They swing it over to that right side. Back here in the middle, Fuchs going to go off of her hands and out of play, and turn over back to the Lady Wolves of St. Augustine. On the inbound will be Clark. Clark push up over to that left side now. Working there against Mays. Clark going to put up the shot a little bit short there. Rebound going to come out here by Null. Null going to throw it up ahead here. And the Lady Wolves do actually touch it. Out of play here on the Wolves. Will go back to Douglas. So 2-1 ball game here early. Lady Wolves looking to try to find some kind of way to get the ball back here. Looks like that's going to be touched there by the Lady Indians. So it will be Wolves basketball. Lady Wolves get it here. Trying to come up and have a good offensive set right here. And nice job here by Clark. Push up across the timeline. Working over to the left side. Kicking it down here into the corner. Clark driving the baseline, puts up the short jumper, can't get it to go. Rebound, sorry, that was a Burrell. Burrell can't get it to go. Burrell can't get the rebound. Rebound comes up by Fuchs. She's going to give it up now. She's got it back up ahead here to Null. Null going to get it right back in the middle to Perry. Perry driving the right side of the lane, get a little bit of separation there. Short jumper, can't get the shooter's roll. Rebound comes out by Wade. Ball gets away from the Lady Wolves, and it's going to go to the Lady Indians here with 5:28 to go. Inbound coming in here, trying to get it underneath, and can't get the shot to fall through here. And a nice rebound coming out by Clark, knocked away from behind, but Clark picks up the loose ball once she comes across the timeline. Set it up here for Lady Wolves, dropping it off underneath to Barnes. Barnes gonna get to Wade. Wade throwing it all the way across to Clark, saves it from going out of bounds. Driving it down inside. Lady Wolves trying to find some kind of way. Find that point. There's number 32 driving through. It's going to be a bucket. It's going to say it's on the floor. Coach Cloudy going to get a foul there against Mays. Clark checks out. Coach Cloudy checking in as number 10. That is Lacey. So Lacey on the inbound. We'll look to get it on the inbound. They're going to go long in here to Barnes. Barnes get it up underneath. It's going to be a walk there onto the Lady Wolves. Number 32 trying to bring it out of there. And not able to keep her feet, so she's on the ground right there. So back up the floor now, come the Indians playing a little 2-on basketball. Nice job and a nice ball movement there. As they get it over across here to Clark, or sorry, to Null. She gets her first points. It's her and Perry running up the floor there. Right back down in the lane there. That's going to be a foul on Burrell on that shot. So Burrell will be going to the line shooting a couple. That's going to be the first team foul here on I think that's the third team foul. Third team foul here on Douglas. And cannot get the shooter's roll here for Burrell. Checking in the ball game, number 25, that's Heiss. So Burrell's second shot on the way. Gets that one to go home. 4-2 ball game. So 4-2 ball game. 4:35 left to go here in this first quarter. Just underway. Douglas basketball bringing it up. Number 10, that is Perry. Drop it up here to Fuchs. Back to Perry. Nice job here on the defense is the Lady Wolves. Playing a little zone right here. Nice little job there. They got it right in the middle. That's what they're trying to do, is protect against that middle. But Perry finds her way down inside and gets the bucket, makes it 6-2. And here come the Lady Wolves back up the floor. As Burrell pushed it up, going to throw it over to Barnes out on top. 32. Trying to drop it off underneath here, and they do, but it goes off the hands of Lacey, but she does pick up the loose ball there. Lacey going to kick it back out here now. Burrell. Free ball from Barnes. It won't go. Out of play. They're going to stay with the Lady Wolves, though, down there underneath. Six-2 ball game here. The Lady Indians with the lead early, but they get it inbound here to Barnes. Barnes working out here on the right wing. Kicks up underneath there to Lacey. Lacey tries to find some room up underneath there, and that's going to be a foul on Douglas, or they're going to call a walk there. So it's going to be a turnover. I'm going to say she was walking with it, so it's a turnover by St. Augustine. Giving it back to Douglas. Getting down to about 3.5 to go here into the quarter. As Lady Indians to push it up the floor here. That's going to go off the hands. But Indians keep possession here as they give it to Null here to the left side. Nice job finding Perry running in the lane. Can't get it to go, but a good rebound and put back there by the Lady Indians. That was Rickman. He's going to get the rebound and the putback. So that'll give us a chance to take a break. So we'll take one right along with him. We'll be right back here on a NETSN.
Whether it's with family and friends or just some time to yourself, summer is better on the water. And Farmers State Bank has exactly what you need to make those dreams come true. Learn more at fsbctx.bank.
Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff.
All right, we're back here ready to go now as Lady Wolves come back up the floor with it. It's Clark back in the ball game. She's got the basketball hanging up to the middle of the floor here into the front court. Send it over to the left side. Going to find Clark. And now underneath there, that's going to be a good job there to wrap it up for the jump ball. Stays with St. Augustine, though, as Rickman gets her hands in there, wrapping it up there with Smith. And it will be St. Augustine basketball as Barnes looking to get it in. She'll sing it in here. They'll swing it around. Clark get it back down in the corner there on the far side. And that three ball onto the way will not go. Rebound, good rebound here. Oh, it's a nice rebound by St. Augustine. Can't get it to go. There's another rebound, this time by Smith. And she gets it to go down. And it's now cut the lead in half. And now there's a steal by Smith in the lane. Oh, and it rolls in and out for her. Rebound comes out here by Johnson. Loses the hand line up. It goes. Good job by Douglas to get it to go off of Clark. Keeping it up down there in the corner there is Perry. I'll tell you what, Johnson had a really good opportunity there. Smith had a really good opportunity there for St. Augustine to get an extra bucket there, but just off of the rim there. That rim hasn't been too kind to some teams so far here today. Nice job bringing it up the floor, gonna get it up underneath. Send it all the way back out there. Three ball onto the way, goes in and out. Rebound coming out, and it's a nice job here by Douglas taking it in and scoring there. That is gonna be Knoll. She'll get the bucket, she'll get the hoop and the harm. So hoop and harm on the way here for Knoll, trying to get that three-point play, and does. 5 points in the ball game here for Knoll. Get down to about 2:15 to go. Oh, somebody lost their footing out there. Barnes loses hand on the basketball at the same time. Back to Douglas as they'll get it back up the floor here. Nice job working the press. That's going to be a walk. Fuchs tried to turn around there and pass the ball in the middle of the floor, and it's a walk call. So it's going to be Smith now ready to bring it in. And the Lady Wolves trail by 7 here, getting down close to 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. Clark loses a handle on it, picks it up here. Down here on the far side. Barnes driving the right side lane. It gets partially blocked and knocked out. Looks like it might have been Fuchs got a hand on it to knock it away. On the inbound, get it in here now to Watts. Watts gonna throw it out here. Clark loses a handle on it, and that's a turnover by St. Augustine. Lady Wolves just seemed a little out of sync here in this first quarter. Only trailing by 7 here, and the Lady Indians of Douglas trying to make it pay for every mistake that they can. On the inbound, good job here by Douglas to break this press. Gonna give it to Mays, push over to the left side, dropping it back out. Knoll trying to work over to the right side, back to the right wing, kicking it back here to the left. Heiss. Back to the middle to Mays. Mays in the lane. Bounce pass down inside. That's off the mark there by Rickman. Rebound comes out by Smith. And back up the floor now come the Lady Wolves with 1:25 to go in the corner. Smith, nice little move in the lane. Blocked in there by Rickman. Rickman says, get that out of my house. And Rickman will come back up and give it up here to Mays. And Mays will bring it back into the front court. And we'll get down to a little over a minute to go here in this quarter. Knoll gets a screen there from Rickman. Going to drop it off here to Heiss. Heiss. Back to Mays. Free throw line. Dumping it off Fuchs. Fuchs in the lane off the front of the rim. Can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound. Still won't go. Smith comes out of there with the rebound. And the Lady Wolves will be back up the floor. Down the corner. 3 on the way. Off the back of the iron there by Clark. And the rebound comes out here for Douglas. Throwing it up ahead here. Trying to get it up to Fuchs. Fuchs saves it. Mays going to pick up the loose ball over to that right side, drop it off to Knoll. Knoll in the lane, puts up the shot, and it rolls home. 7 points for Knoll in the ball game. Up to a 9-point lead here for Lady Indians of Smith to that left side, gets knocked away there. That's going to be a foul there on Null. Only the 14th foul here of the quarter by the Lady Indians. That's the first one on Null. And going to the line here will be Barnes, number 23. Shooting a couple, up and good. It's a good way to get back into it, but I think got to make sure you hit these free throws. Trying to stay at 50%, and that's off the mark there on the back half, doesn't go down. Rebound coming out here for Douglas. They'll push it up ahead. Down under 10 seconds to go. And the ball off here to Null. Null loses the handle on it here out on the half court. Not going to get a chance to get a shot off. That's the way the first quarter is going to end, as it will be a 13-5 lead for the Lady Indians of Douglas. So we'll take a break and we'll come right on back. We'll be back here on the NETSN.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center proudly supports all the students and schools of the Piney Woods. Stop by the lot and feel free to check out all the wonderful vehicles we have to offer, no matter what adventure you're planning on taking. We have a wide selection of used vehicles and a service department that can service your vehicle. Get all the info you need about your next vehicle online. That way you're prepared for your car deal when you hit the lot. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center.
At Aurora Concepts, we offer full-service primary care. And we provide physicals for student athletes for every sport. Aurora Concepts, let us take care of you.
Great shot, man. Yeah, let's go.
Go to 4, go to 2. Then we reset the clock. That's what I didn't do a while ago. That's why I was off a little bit. All right, so here we go. 13-5 Douglas basketball to start the second quarter. Fuchs with the basketball, taking it up in. Now pull it back out top of the key, covered up there by Clark. Switch to a man-to-man defense here for St. Augustine. Oh, that's a nice block there by Smith, coming out of there with it after the block. Smith going to take it in, and one-on-one basketball with May. Smith to the rack, and it rolls off the front of the rim. Oh, my goodness, boy. I tell you what, that's just some easy shots that have not fallen down here for St. Augustine. Coming back up to 4. Barnes going to pick up that foul. That'll be the first one here in the second quarter. Fuchs ready to bring it in here as Perry checks into the ball game for Null. That'll be Mays on the inbound, bringing it back across the timeline here for the Lady Indians of Douglas. Down in the corner. Shot bringing it back across the highs from the right to the left side. That's a walk. Just an extra little bit of a step there from Perry. And it's a turnover and an opportunity now for the Lady Wolves to get a little closer here, but got to have a good offensive set. Trail them by 8. A good bucket right here. Send it back over here to the near side. Kick it down in the corner. Back on top to Barnes. Barnes will find Smith. Smith going to take the Fuchs on the dribble. Smith in the lane, puts off the glass, can't get it to go. Some shots going down, looking pretty good, decent shots, but they're just not falling down here for Lady Wolves. It is back up the floor now, come to Lady Indians with an 8-point lead. Chance to stretch that out here to 10. Screen on the way. Back to Fuchs, over to the right side, up underneath. Oh, they left Rickman underneath wide open, and Rickman with a nice job there underneath the bucket for a nice, easy shot right there. Good job to Sear there by Fuchs. Send it over here now to the right side. Barnes kicking it back out. Barnes going to launch for a 3, and that's off the mark. 0 for 4 at the three-point line here are the Lady Wolves. 10-point lead. Lady Indians back up the floor now. Send it over to that right side here. Mays going to drive in a nice bounce pass in there to Rickman. Rickman has it knocked away, but it goes into the hands of Hayes, and Hayes will kick it back out here to Perry. And the Lady Indians. Perry working the right side of the lane, puts up the shot, can't get it to go, but a nice job on the rebound there by Rickman, and she'll put it right back up, and she is fouled and will head to the line where she's 1 of 2 so far. So Rickman stepping to the line here, trying to knock down a couple more. Increase this lead over the Lady Wolves here. And off the front of the rim, no good. So second half here by Rickman. Knocking that one down. Oops. So Rickman with 5 points in the ball game. Kicking it back up ahead here, and a nice job here for the Lady Wolves. That one to Barnes. Putting on a little bit of pressure now are the Wolves. Clark going to put it up there on Perry, but they'll get it across Fuchs down in the corner. Mays going to launch the long range three. Can't get it to go. 0 for 2 at the three-point line, but Fuchs coming out of there with the rebound for the Indians. There's a steal by Clark. That's going to be a foul by Mays as she was trying to come up there and get in front of that pass there. Clark comes out of there with it. That'll be an out-of-bounds play coming here for the Lady Wolves. Barnes, Clark, and 32 come into the ball game here for the Wolves. Sent over here to the right side, knocked away there, but Barnes picks up the loose ball, getting down to about 5 minutes to go in the half. The Lady Wolves working around the perimeter over to that left side. Wolves down in there, nice job. Spin move there by Smith. She's going to be fouled on the way in. That could be on Rickman. See if that's who they call it on. Looks like that's where they got it there. Her first. So going to the line will be Smith, shooting a couple here for Coach Cloudy's team. Trailing by 9. Trying to get it to 7. First one, good. 3 points in the game for Smith. Checking out Rickman. Back into the ball game comes Null for Coach Heiss. Smith up and good. So nice job at the line there by Smith to knock them both down and get it to within 7. Full court pressure here by the Lady Wolves. Ball gets knocked around. They finally get it in the hands of Mays. Mays going to drive the right side of the lane, take it in and score. Good job there by Mays. She got into the open floor there. Takes it back up and makes it back to a 9-point ball game. In the lane, 32 off the glass, can't get it to go. Rebound comes out by Fuchs. Throwing it up ahead here to Mays. Mays will push that right side. Coming across the timeline, dropping it off out here to Perry. Kicking it back over to Fuchs. Fuchs on the left wing. Got Smith on her, a good defender. They go to man-to-man defense here for Coach Cloudy's squad. That's a steal, but Noah comes out there with it, and that's going to be another, that's going to be a double dribble. So it's a turnover for the Lady Wolves. Getting it back here, trying to get into double digits. Cut into this lead. It's 9 right now. It's taking about halfway to go here in this first half. Pass out in front of the intended Barnes. Goes off of her hands and out of play. Back to Douglas. Got to go after that one a little bit more. Just kind of watched it go out of bounds. Send it back up ahead here, Mays. Got to get it up in the middle there. Nice job by Heiss to hang on to it there. That one almost got knocked away, and Heiss ends up with it out of bounds. St. Augustine ball. So on the inbound to get under 3 to go. Here in this first half, Lady Wolves, another opportunity to cut into this lead here. They've had a couple stops, a couple chances at the free throw line and haven't been able to capitalize on it. And there's a missed shot right there. Comes into the hands of Null. Null going to get it back up ahead here to Perry. Perry across the timeline, going to get to half court there. Going to get trapped up. Now send it back up underneath the Mays. Mays with the bounce pass that goes off of Barnes' leg. That's going to be a kickball. Out of bounds play coming for the Indians. All right, so out of bounds play here, halfway down the Wolves bench. Ready to bring it in is Perry for the Lady Indians. Lady Indians have outscored them 5-2 so far here in almost 5 minutes of this ball game in this second quarter. Up ahead on the inside. Nice job. Get in there for Knowles, a good play. All right, so back up ahead now come the Lady Wolves. As they trade at 20-9 now, the largest deficit. Smith trying to work through the defense. Gets a little room. There's a nice little spin move there for Smith. She's got 6 points in the ball game. Back to a 9-point ball game, 2.5 to go. Push up on Mays, gets in front of the defense, and now that's going to be a walk there. She tried to let the defense get past her. Pulls up her dribble and ends up with a walking call. So back to the Lady Wolves. So the Wolves going to get it up ahead. 3-ball in the corner for Barnes, and it's off the mark. 0 for 5 at the 3-point line. Nice rebound there by Smith. Smith in the lane, gets it to fall home this time. She had a couple of those shots roll off the rim for her. This time gets it was going to go, and it's a 20-13 ball game right now with about a little over 2 minutes to go. And it looks like Coach Barnes or Coach Cloudy is going to call a full timeout. So we'll take a timeout with him. We'll be right back here on a NETSN. Cool. Alrighty, we're back here ready to go after the timeout. It will be Douglas basketball. They lead it right now by 7. And the Lady Wolves going to put on some tight man-to-man defense right here. Try to get that ball back, but good job here by the Lady Indians as that gets down there. It's taken away there. Nice job there by the Lady Wolves. They get the takeaway, but Hayes takes it right back for the Lady Indians. Back out to Null out here on top, getting under 2 to go. As Null takes it over there. That ball goes right through the 5-hole there of Hayes. Going to throw it back up ahead here as Barnes ended up with it, and that's going to be a foul coming up the floor. That's going to be against, oh, they're going to call that against 32. I thought they were going to say that was against Mays. I guess they're going to say she threw that elbow out there. And that's an offensive foul, number 3 of the quarter here on the Lady Wolves as Clark checks in. And it'll be Fuchs ready to bring it in. On the inbound, gonna get it in there to Null. She'll give it back to Fuchs. Fuchs gotta get it down the corner to Hayes. Hayes in that far right corner, pulls it out of there. She thought about the 3 for a second, but then pulls it right back out. Gives it to Mays. Mays at the right wing. Send up, oh, nice job getting that. That's the big thing right there. Perry getting herself in the middle. That's what you're trying to defend with that zone defense right there. And keeping them out of the middle. But a good job here by Douglas. They've gotten a good job of finding their way into the middle there and finding a bucket. Trying to break down that zone defense. That's going to get away from Barnes and into the hands here of Douglas. Douglas going to throw it up ahead. That's a nice job by Noel to try to get up to Perry, but Perry has it go through her hands and out of bounds and back to the Lady Wolves. Get a break right there as they trail by 9 once again. Now under a minute to go here at halftime. Barnes. Back to Barnes. 3 Barnes on the floor. Coach Cloudy, that's going to be a walk right there. So Barnes tried to take it in and get it up off the glass. She's going to run into Hayes and ends up walking with the basketball and turn it over. As Barnes checks out, checking into the ball game is going to be Lacey. Coach Cloudy making some substitutions in here. Also checking out Barnes for Wade. So on the inbound, going to drop it off here. Oh, Smith almost gets her hands on that one, but steal it away. But Fuchs going to come out of the way and send it over to Knoll, over to the right side. And down to about half a minute to go here. Going to kick it back over high. He's going to line up for three from the left, and it's off the side of the rim. And rebound comes out to Smith. Going to throw it up ahead here to Wade. Wade one-on-one with Mays. Mays takes it to the rack and scores. And Wade gets her first bucket of the ball game. Back to a 7-point lead now. So the Wolves have a chance here. There's still 15 seconds left to go. They can make a stop. Maybe get a quick bucket. That lead a little bit closer. Nice job there by Knoll. Takes it in and with authority says, I'm taking it right to the rack and scoring. She's got 11. So 3 seconds to go. Clark at the half-court line, and it's going to be short. So at the end of the first half, it will be a 24-15 ball game. 24-15 ball game here at halftime in Timpson. We'll be right back here for the second half. It is coming up here on the NETSN.
Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with best of Nacogdoches and best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters.
Shelby Savings Bank has come a long way since it was established in 1982, and the good folks that work at Shelby Savings Bank really enjoy doing things in the community and for the community. And they would like to encourage everyone to please shop local. For all your banking needs, please visit these wonderful Shelby Savings Bank locations, with 2 locations in Center, locations in St. Augustine, Palestine, and Lindale.
Joaquin Tire in Joaquin, Texas. Family owned and operated with new and used tires, general mechanics, and road services. Jesse and his team is proud to serve the community with car, truck, and commercial mag vehicle tires. They're located in Joaquin at the 84 and Highway 7 split. Call the shop today to make an appointment at 936-269-9516. That's 936-269-9516. Joaquin Tire is a proud sponsor of Game of the Week. Stop in and see them today for all of your new and used tire needs.
At Wayne Christian Financial Services, Wayne and his daughter Liza Christian Furman understand that the financial pictures rarely stay the same, but a thorough understanding and knowledge helps you prepare for the downturns, gives you the strength to support them, gives you the knowledge to navigate your way through the system and turn that arrow back up again. The power's in your hands with Wayne Christian Financial Services. Wiggins Hunting Lodge is a premier outdoor trophy hunting destination between Mount Enterprise and Timpson. When you hunt at Wiggins, you'll experience a personalized adventure for a magnificent trophy buck or any other East Texas game you desire. Your weapon, your way, with a seasoned guide, the hunt of your life with the quiet luxury of Wiggins.
Check it, 1, 2, 1, 2. Back here, ready to go for the third quarter. And things are starting to work a little bit better here for us, folks. Tell you, been a little bit of something getting everything going on here, hasn't it? But that's all right, though. We are good to go, and I think we got things worked out. He left his girls out here onto the floor, didn't even hit the locker room, so going to make sure that he had his team ready to go here. And we have found out that number 32, that is Mathis. Mathis is on the floor. She's got the basketball. She's got to throw it up underneath. Oh, try to get it underneath there to Barnes, and Barnes. Hear myself a little better. Barnes going to have that go off her hands and out of play. Oops. That'll be all right. So now back up the floor come the Lady Indians of Douglas with the lead here, trying to increase that. They've had it up to 11, has been their highest lead so far in that first half. So here we go. Got a couple of guys' games on the way next for you. That one's off the mark there for the 3-ball. 0 for 5 at the three-point line for Douglas. They get the rebound, though. Noel pulls it out. A couple of guys' games on the way for you next. We're going to have Kuntz and Brookland. And then we'll have one of my very favorite coaches, Coach Wager's going to be here with the Mount Pleasant Chapel Hill guys. They will be here ready to take on Hooks. Should be a very good game right there. The Hornets of Hooks. And that one's going to get out of play. And it will stay with the Lady Indians of Douglas. Now look at him bring it in. Oh, bounce pass. That got away there, but look, Douglas trying to pick it up, but it ends up into the hands here of the Lady Wolves, and the Wolves are bringing it back up the floor now. Nice in the middle of the lane there, dropping it off. He loses the handle on it. That one got away from Barnes, goes right into the hands there of Heiss, and Heiss going to throw it back up ahead. Sorry, that was Rickman. She'll get to Fuchs. Now back over here to Mays. Mays will set it up here for Lady Indians. Mays done a good job here running the point here for Lady Indians. That one goes up there by Fuchs, won't go off the glass. Rebound comes out. Looks like Wade, number 11, gets the rebound. Going to get a reach-in foul here. And that's going to be Noel on the reach-in. That may be her second foul here. First one of the second half. And on the inbound, ready to bring it. Bounce pass on the inside there. Nice job stealing it away there by Smith. Smith going to bring it back up the floor. Smith, 3-on-2 basketball. Drop it off here to blocked underneath there by Rickman, or I should say Perry. And back out here to the Lady Wolves, though. Nice job there on the block, and it gets away there from Wade. Throwing it up ahead here. Perry going to be at the free throw line. Now pulls it back out, setting it up. I'm going to call it a double dribble on Perry, and it's a turnover back to the Lady Wolves. And I think Coach Cloudy would probably be with me here. It just seems like the Lady Wolves are just a little out of sync so far here early this morning. They're just a little bit off. If they can catch up here, it's going to be very interesting. But they got to cut into this 9-point lead, and the Lady Indians are trying to do everything they can to keep that lead. So we get down to about 6 minutes to go in the third. Barnes to the right side of the lane. Loses the handle on that one. Oh, but nice job picking it up there by Wade. Picks it up and to 7. They've had it to 7 a couple of times here, but haven't got under 7. Most of that second quarter was above 7. That one's through the hands here, so the Lady Mathis going to pick up the loose ball. Here comes Mathis up the floor, throws it over her head, and that's going to get up. Barnes tries to save it. As Perry got a hand on it, so did Barnes, or Clark, and it gets out of bounds. And checking into the ball game is going to be Fuller for the first time. She's going to come in here for Perry, for Coach Heiss, and the Lady Indians of Douglas. So Douglas basketball. Noel on the inbound finds Mays, and Mays will push it across the timeline here for Lady Indians, up 7. Back to Noel also. Walk right there by Noel. Taking that extra little step after catching the pass. Now an inbound here for Matheson, and gets it into Barnes, and she'll bring it across the line. Get down to 5:15 to go in the third. Wolves got to find a bucket here. Try to see if they can get to within 5. No call there. Those feet getting tangled up. Ball gets knocked away. Stays with the Wolves, though. Mathis and Fuller got their feet tied up there. Both of them ending up on the floor, but everybody's good. So Mathis on the inbound, going to drop it off here to Smith. And Smith will take it down to about 5 minutes. Working against Heiss out on top at the free throw line. Gets the double team in there. Mays going to get a reach in there. That's going to be number 3 on Mays. And Smith will be ready for an out-of-bounds play. So Smith on the inbound, going to drop it off here to Wade down in the corner on the left side. Wade with all kinds of room there from Rickman. Now going to try to put it on the floor. Gets in the middle of the lane, puts up the shot. She's fouled. They're going to draw the foul there for Rickman. That'll be number 2. And that'll put Wade at the line. Be her first time at the line today. Now Wade stepping up, free throw line, shooting 2 to get it within 5 if she can knock them both down. First one, can't get the shooter's roll. Fuchs. And Perry checking into the ball game for Rickman and Fuller. Or is that Mays? Mays is going out. Fuller stays in. So second one on the way here is off the mark, and Fuchs is going to come out there with the rebound. And Indians basketball, so an opportunity there to get a couple by the Lady Wolves. Falls short. It gets knocked out by the Wolves. Out of bounds, be a half court. Bringing it in here for the Lady Indians. So Fuchs on the inbound, going to find Heiss, middle of the floor. Looking here against Wade. Wade, make her give up her dribble. Perry working against Smith to that left side. Perry, nice job with the bounce. It's going to be a foul there on Smith on the pass, it looks like. So Smith going to pick up a foul. That'd be her first. Out of bounds play here for the Indians. 4.5 to go in the third. Bounce pass comes in here, nice off the glass, can't get it to go. Wade with the rebound. That's going to be a foul there on number 25, Heiss, on the rebound. It'll stay with the Lady Wolves underneath. Still trailing by 7, so good job on the defense. But had a chance at the line while ago to get it to within 5 and could now have it a little bit closer. But right now, still within 7. And it's the Lady Wolves bringing it across the floor. The timeline is Barnes. Barnes on the left wing. Dropping it back across. Mathis on the left corner. Working against Fuller. Good job here on the defense by Fuller. Great defense there by Fuller on Mathis. Nice job to drive the lane there. Gets knocked out but picked up in the outside there by Clark. Clark takes it in and scores. He gets her first points of the ball game. Now it's a 5-point game. And the Indians have it back coming up now with 4 minutes, a little under 4 minutes to go. Turn around here. Knoll, 4-3. Off the mark, 0 for 6 at the three-point line. Mathis runs down the rebound. She gets double-teamed in there. She's going to be fouled. That may be Heiss picking up her second into this quarter. That'll be the fourth team foul here by the Lady Indians with 3:40 still to go. Heiss is going to check out for Shackle, checking into the ball game. And it is St. Augustine basketball with a chance to cut it a little bit closer, trailing by 5 right now. So here comes Barnes, and she'll drop it off to Mathis as they bring it across the line here for Lady Wolves. Mathis looking to set it up, kicking it back out to Wade. Wade dropping off to Barnes. Barnes trying to take it on the left side here on the dribble. In the lane, puts up the shot. It's partially blocked. Nice job there by Wade. Throws it back in and gets it picked up there by Perry. She'll drop it off here to Knoll. And back to the floor now come the Lady Indians. Getting close to 3 minutes to go. Here in the third. That's going to be an out-of-bounds play there. Nice job there by the Lady Wolves, forcing the errant pass and out of play. And it turned back over to St. Augustine. So here's the inbound. Coming in from Smith to Mathis. Mathis across the timeline. Going over that right side, trying to drop it off underneath here to Smith. Smith loses the handle on the basketball, trying to take the shot, and ends up in the hands here of Perry. Perry drops off the dribble to Knoll. Knoll gets it across now to Fuller. Fuller working over here to the right side. 3-ball onto the way. It will not go. Coming out of there with it is Mathis for Lady Wolves. Mathis, the right side lane, put up the floater for the rim, won't go. Gets their own rebound there. Oh, ball gets knocked away there. I thought that was Mathis, but it was Fuller, got a hand on it. It's knocked away. It looks like it's going to go. Is that going to go against the Wolves? It is. So Wade going to pick up her first foul. Coach Cloudy going to get a couple substitutions. Here's Clark and Lacey check into the ball game. Also Barnes, number 23, in the ball game. Trading by 5. Lady Indian trying to get it across the timeline here. Fuchs working against Clark. Gets it across over to the left side. Fuchs in the lane, dropping it off outside. Long jump shot on the way there by Sackle. Doesn't go. Rebound comes out by Clark. Clark pushing the floor here. 3-on-2 basketball. Clark in the lane, tries to drop it off. Gets knocked away. Fuller saves it. But right back into the hands here of the Lady Wolves. 3 ball by Barnes. In front of the rim, but a nice rebound right there for Wade in the putback. And it is good. That makes it a 4-point ball game with 1:47 to play here in the third. And Coach Cloudy's squad has got the girls back to within 4. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back here on a NETSN. Alrighty, back here. Santa with the Tomahawk Jam here on NETSN. So 1:47 to go. It will be Douglas basketball. Big time full court pressure going on here by Lady Wolves, and a good job here by the Lady Indians to break out of it, get it up ahead here. They're going to go to a tight man-to-man defense now for the Wolves, Coach Cloudy's squad. As Watts, number 22 in the ball game here. Drop it off here to Perry. Perry kicking it back out to Knoll. Knoll trying to get it up underneath. There's a good job by Mathis. Got a hand on it. Mathis going to end up with the basketball. And no, it's still loose. And boy, I tell you, a lot of fight going on down there. But still, good job here by the Douglas Lady Indians. They get it up ahead here to Rickman. And Rickman gets the first bucket of the ball game here in the third quarter for the Lady Indians. That is right. Their first one. They have now got 1 bucket here into the third quarter. It's a good job on the Lady Wolves defense as they close it to within 4. Now it's back to within, or I should say 3, now back to within 5. Can't get the shooter's roll right there. Rebound comes out by Fuller. And the Indians now with a chance to increase that lead back out to 7. Oh, that's good. Come on, ref. You call that reach-in foul, but you won't call them beating each other up over here? Come on, ref. So now back up in here. Here's Fuchs ready to go on the inbound. Throwing it on in here to Perry. Perry. Nice job, Perry. Going to drop it off here. Knoll with a short jump shot for Knoll. She knocks it down. Knoll is having a great game. She's got 13 points in this ball game for the Lady Indians. Back up the floor now. Comes Clark. Drop it off here to Mathis. Mathis taking the right side of the lane. Oh, that goes off of the hands of Barnes, and just an unforced turnover here by the Lady Wolves. And that is, they've had a few of those in this ball game. Lady Indians have done a great job taking advantage of every mistake and every opportunity they've had here to keep this lead. They're back up by 7 now, a chance to get it back to 9. They've had it up to as much as 11 in this ball game. 20 seconds to go. Perry dropping it off here. Rickman working the right side of the rack and takes it in for the score. She's got 9 points in the ball game. So back down under 10 seconds to go here into this third quarter. And Lady Wolves going to try to get one shot here. Barnes for a 3 from that right corner, and it is off the mark over there for the Lady Wolves. A rebound and won't go, but there's going to be a shot before the end of the quarter that may be, as that foul will probably count. So on Fuchs White, going to pick up that foul there. That's going to put number 10 Lacey at the line. Shooting a couple. Up and good. So trying to get it back to a 7-point ball game here on the back half. And it is good. Nice job there by Lacey to knock them both down and get them both going there. So we got the fourth quarter. It is on the way. It is now a 7-point ball game as it is a 30-24 ball game here. At the end of the third quarter, they're still chatting about it, or are they still going to have that? Oh, so they put 3 seconds back on the clock. Okay, I think that's what they've got here. Now it's 3 seconds back on the clock. So here we go. It's all right. Our clock is done here on the on the thing, but that's okay. 3 seconds to go here. Fuller not going to get a shot off anyway, and that's going to be the end of it. So that's the end of the third quarter, as it will be a 30-23 lead, 7-point lead once again for the Lady Indians going to the fourth quarter. All right, so we're going to set this up. We'll reset that. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back. Fourth quarter is on the way here on a NETSN. Yes.
Diamond B Cafe on the corner of Tenaha and Timpson is open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. until 8 p.m. and on the Lord's Day Sunday, 7 until 2. Diamond B Cafe was voted the best breakfast in Shelby County, and that breakfast or dinner menu is available anytime that they're open. So stop on by Diamond B Cafe and visit the Brandons on the corner of Tenaha and Timpson in Center.
Where do you go if you're a Bear fan looking for a post-game meal? Easy, Rancho Grande. But what if the game is a Little League practice? Same place. What if it's a special occasion, something you dress up for? In Timpson, it's Rancho Grande. Whether it's familiar menu items or maybe something you want to take a chance on, it's always good. They even have bear sightings at Rancho Grande.
Great shot, man. Yeah, let's go.
All righty, folks, back here ready to go for the fourth quarter. It's a 7-point lead, and the Lady Wolves got it down within 5. They had a chance to get it a little bit closer, but the Lady Indians have done a great job. They've had to lead the entire ball game. They've had it up to as much as 11, and it's 5 and 7 mostly there in that third quarter, but the Lady Indians didn't get their first bucket until about a minute and a half to go in that third quarter. So got to credit the Lady Wolves, but the Lady Wolves only managed to score 8 points in that third quarter. So even though they were able to hold them down a lot, they were not able to score a whole lot. Here's Mathis getting a start there. Nice job from Mathis. Can get her first points of the ball game. Get it back to within 5 as we're underway here in the fourth. The Wolves putting on some tight pressure here. There's Mathis getting another hand on it. Gonna get a foul. Oh, they didn't get the clock started. That's what it was. So they're gonna let it run down here to Dallas Parker got the official time, 7:40 something, whatever it is. So they'll take 5 seconds off. They didn't get the clock started. But it still should be a good bucket there for Mathis, but it should be, see what they decide to do here with it as the refereeing crew are having a little chat. So it'll be an out-of-bounds play for, looks like the Lady Wolves. Not really quite sure. Oh, yeah. So it's going to be a Wolves basketball. Coach Tice asking so they're going to take down to 7:30. Okay. So that was an awful quick 30 seconds off the clock right there, but that's where they're going to put it. 7:30 to go in the ball game, and it will be a 5-point lead here, 30-25, and it's San Augustine basketball on the inbound. 3 ball on the way. Will not go. 0 for 8 at the 3-point line. Out of play. Back to the Lady Indians. So Indians basketball. As Fuchs will be ready to bring it in. On the inbound, going to find No. Going to throw it up ahead here, and there's going to be, getting a hand on it there is going to be Burrell, number 5, knocking it out of bounds. And it's going to stay with, it is turned over. I thought that might have went off of her, but I thought it might have went off of San Augustine, but it's going to be San Augustine basketball. Park on the inbound, takes it in on a scoop shot. It won't go, but she'll go to the line. 1 for 2 at the line so far today is Clark. And head of the line shooting a couple more here after the foul by Perry. That's her first. Front of the rim, no good. The second one for Clark goes down. 2 points in the ball game for Clark at the free throw line. Makes it a 4-point ball game. That's the closest that the Lady Wolves have been in a little while. And now putting on some serious pressure here. They get it up here now to Mays. Mays going to throw it up ahead here, but good job by Smith staying back. 2-on-1 basketball. And she's going to pick up a piece of Rickman there onto the shot. Rickman with a good job. She'll go back to the line shooting a couple more. Rickman with 9 points in the game so far. Looks like Fuller's going to check into the game here. And Perry will have a seat as Rickman stands to the line. Up and good. Second one on the way. And can't get the roll to go down. Smith coming down there with the rebound. And going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to St. Augustine. So Lady Wolves will get it back here onto the miss. And trailing by 5 once again in the last 6:50 of this ball game here. So Clark working against Mays out on top here. Going to get a screen. And that goes off of Clark's leg. That may be a backcourt violation. Nope, I was going to say it was off of Mays. So they'll throw it up ahead here. That's kind of a lazy pass. And that's a backcourt violation right there. The Lady Wolves just not doing very well here at that half-court line right there. They weren't helping each other out at all right there. Ready to check in is Clark. She's going to check into the ball game for Clark. So now it will be the Lady Indians with a chance to get that lead extended a little bit more here as they get it back after turnover by the Lady Wolves. Over to Knoll, over to that left side. Knoll kicking it back out here now, finds Fuller, I'm sorry. Going to get it back here. Fuller dropping it off. 3 on the way. Off the back of the iron, no good. And the rebound comes out here for the Lady Wolves. 0 for 7 for Douglas, 0 for 8 for the Lady Wolves. And there's another errant pass that gets away from the Wolves, and it's a turnover. And the Wolves just seem like they get down there a little bit, and they look, and then they just turn it over. They have a really bad offensive set and just have not been able to get any closer here, as that's a takeaway. Nice job there by Clark to take it away. And Clark is going to end up being fouled. I think that may be on Mays. If it is, that'll be number 4. That's on Fuller. So that one's on Fuller. So an inbound play here for the Lady Wolves. Mathis gets it inbound here underneath. Barnes grabs a hold of it here. Still trying to work it out. That's going to be possession arrow and jump ball. Possession arrow goes to Douglas. Wolves inbound plays haven't looked very good here. On the inbound. Nice job here on the defense, though, by the Lady Wolves. Get it up ahead here to Fuller. Fuller brings it across the line. Going to drop it off to Rickman over to the left side. Left wing. Fuchs goes around the defense in the lane. Puts up the shot. She's fouled on the way in. Won't go, but she'll go to the line. And the Lady Indians haven't been to the line much tonight, but they haven't really had to, but they've done a pretty decent job. 4 of 6 at the line so far for Lady Indians in this ball game. Fuchs gets that one to roll out. Ready to check in is Wade or St. Augustine. She'll come in here for Barnes. So the back half on the way here with a 5-point lead. And that one's off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound comes out by Wade. Here comes Mathis back up the floor for Lady Wolves. Trying to get it to within 3 or a little under. Barnes, or Clark, I should say, driving. Nice drive there by Clark. She did a great job going around the defense, takes it in, and makes it now a 3-point ball game, 31-28. 5:39 left to play here in the ball game. We got a 30-second timeout, so we'll take a quick 30-second timeout. We'll be right back here on the NETSN.
Tenaha, Texas. To look at it, it hasn't changed much since the days of Tex Ritter. The pace is slow, just the way we like it. But we're proud of our young people, the games they play and the music they make. 100 years of dreams and the determination to make them come true. But we all need help every now and then, and that's where First National Bank of Tenaha comes in. Financing your dreams for generations.
All right, folks, back here with 5:39 to go in this ball game. It is Douglas up 31-28. This is the closest that the Lady Wolves have been. 3 points since that first quarter. So let's see if the Lady Wolf Indians can pull that lead back out. There's a steal by Mathis. Oh, Mathis couldn't complete the steal. They tried to get it in there to Mays. She got a hand on it and couldn't handle the basketball. So Indian basketball there at the end of the bench for the Lady Wolves. Trying to get it in, and they do. Mays dropping it back off here. Mays gets it back. It's off of Mays' foot. Nice job. Now going to be Mathis. Mathis with a drop off underneath it. That's a great basketball there for the Lady Wolves as Burrell gets the bucket. It's now a 1-point ball game with 5.5 to go. Almost a steal right there. Jump ball, possession arrow, and it stays with the Lady Wolves. Jumped in there and called the jump ball. Possession arrow goes Lady Wolves. Mathis will be ready to bring it in. 21 to go. So on the inbound, Mathis going to get it in here along to Burrell. Burrell. This is underneath to Smith. Smith working away into the lane. 3-ball onto the way. Off the mark. Rebound comes back out by Mathis. Mathis with the hoop and the harm. What a job by Mathis. Takes it in and scores. And the hoop and harm on the way here for Mathis. Got enough room in there, partner? I think he can make it. So Mathis going to give the Lady Wolves the 1-point lead here with that shot. Now going to see if she can make it a 2-point lead here. She's trying to knock down the back half with the free throw. Oh, and it won't go. Rebound comes out. Nice rebound there by Lady Indians. Throw it up ahead here. No. Finds Fuchs. Oh, that's a walk. Fuchs tried to make that pass, but as she was trying to grab that ball, it was starting to fall out of her hands, so she had to regather it and took that extra step. So it's a turnover with 5:01 to go in the game, and the Lady Wolves have now taken the lead over the Lady Indians here, 32-31. What a game here by the Lady Wolves. They have fought back and fought back. And Lady Indians, see if they can fight back, as they've had to lead most of this ball game. See if they can come back up here with it. They're trailing now. Smith in the lane, and the turnaround jumper is gone. 10 points for Smith. It's a 3-point lead here for the Lady Wolves. Putting on that pressure defense once again. Mays throws it up ahead. Gets it up to Knoll. Knoll going to throw it over to Fuchs. Fuchs loses a handle on it, but gathers it up in the lane. That's a nice job there by Fuchs. She's got 4 points. Back to a 1-point game. Mathis along the right side. Dropping it back off out here. Almost a steal there. They're on the floor there, grabbing it up. Possession arrow goes to Douglas. Unless Coach Cloudy got the timeout. And I think he may have got the timeout there. And let's see if that's what he get. And Coach Cloudy's going to call a full timeout. So 34-33. Got a full timeout on the floor. We'll take one with him. We'll be right back here on a NETSN.
So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the Pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center.
Alrighty, folks, we're back here as we have about 4:17 left to go in this ball game. It's a 1-point lead here for the Lady Wolves of St. Augustine over Douglas so far. So St. Augustine going to get it back here, and they'll be ready to go. And, okay, I think he's done, so I'm going to do this real quick. Already. Fix your screen. Here we go. 34-33, and it is Douglas basketball. And a good job here by the Lady Wolves as they're applying that pressure. But once again, here's Mays going to try to bring it up to 4 minutes to go. Drop it off here to Fuchs. Fuchs going to throw it up ahead here. Noel going to stop and pop for three. It's off the mark. Neither team has drained a three here into this ball game. This is another miss, and it is San Augustine basketball off the miss. Going to get it up ahead here. Three on the way. Oh, and it will not go, but Smith right there for the rebound for San Augustine. It still won't go. Body's banging around up in there, and that one may be against Smith. We'll see how that goes. It's only the third team foul by San Augustine.
Well, Larry, after a couple of games that were decided by double digits, we finally get us a close one.
Yeah, get a close one up here. There's a three on the way. It will not go. Rebound comes out by San Augustine once again. Yeah, and actually Douglas had an 11-point lead at one time. And the Lady Wolves doing a good job here to come back here in this fourth quarter. There's almost another steal. Ball gets away from Fuchs, coming out of there with it once again. And good defense here, both sides. Fuchs going to bring it up the floor here to the right side of the lane. Bounce pass over to the far side. Rickman, wild shot, will not go. Bouncing around. Ball's on the floor. Who's going to come out there with it? Smith does. Drops it off here to Wade. Wade going to throw it up ahead. And picking it up there is Burrell. Burrell going to throw up the shot. She's going to be fouled. And she'll shoot two. Under 3 to go in this wild finish of a ball game. They're letting them play too, man. I tell you what.
They've done that all day long. These officials are letting them play.
Well, I don't know.
It's physicality.
I don't know, because a while ago they were letting them play a while ago, and then they didn't call it, and then there was a reach in, and there was a foul there, but that was all good. That's just the way it goes. But back to the line now. Oh, sweet. Back to the line. Goes Burrell. She's going to miss on the front half. I tell you, these Lady Indians have done a great job here this whole game. They kind of let it get away from them here in this fourth quarter so far. They've been outscored 11-3. That one's in and out. A miss there on both of those free throws. Still a 1-point ball game. I really don't care if the Douglas guy over there wants to sit there and side-eye me all he wants to. I really don't care. I ain't calling it no bad from nobody. I don't care. You want to look at me crazy?
Oh, nice pass inside.
Fuchs with the shot. I really don't care. Back up by one. Now goes Douglas. Clark pushing along the right side. Clark with the bucket. Won't go. Oh, and it bounces around into the hands here. Rickman's going to come out there with it. Does she still have it? She still does. I thought it got away from her. Kick it back up ahead here. Noel thrown over across. Heiss. Back to Fuchs as we get down close to 2 minutes to go. Rickman. Mays will pull it back out and set it up. Far side.
It's going to be a two-pointer, and
it's a
good.
Long two-pointer for Fuchs. Now back to a three-point lead here for the Lady Indians as they've taken the lead back with 2 minutes to play. Clark pushing the action along that right side.
She's got a wide open three-point shot, but it's going to be off the front of the rim, Larry.
And I tell you, that's what we've seen all night long here. 0 for 10 by both teams at the three-point line here. But a three-point lead, and Douglas back up the floor. Fuchs
got away with a double dribble there.
Yep. Back out to Mays. Bring it over here to the right side. Over to the left.
Right, they can take their time. They're going to get it inside. Nice entry pass. Cannot finish, though. Cannot finish.
Lady Wolves with the basketball. Kicking it back up the floor. Mathis in the lane, puts up the shot.
That's going to be a block. Oh, that's close.
Call.
No, that was close.
That was awful close there. Blocking call. That's going to be put her on the line shooting a couple. Mathis is going to get a couple more here. She was just too far outside the inside circle. That's the only reason why. And that back foot moved just a little bit.
Yep.
That's the reason she got the call. 1:12 to go, trying to close the gap here. Mathis stepping up to the line. Good. Checking into the ball game, Smith and Clark for Wade. And who else checked out? Looks like Barnes checked out of the ball game. Okay, there we go. Mathis knocks them both down.
That's right.
Big free throws right there.
Clutch free throws.
I got to get it in here. They get it into Mays. Mays, got to face some tight defense here.
Uh-oh, we call T.O. They're going to call a foul.
Call a foul there on Burrell. Only the 14th foul here on the Lady Wolves, though. But it is Douglas basketball. They'll look to bring it in. Get ready for some guys action, folks. We got a couple of guys games on the way in.
Oh, we got
a little
uniform violation.
Something. I may have a little scratch, maybe a little blood out there, so that
I'll make a switch.
Yep.
Get that tended to.
Can bring in Fuller in.
Yep, it's a Band-Aid, it looks like.
Yep, got a little bit of blood on the arm there. Somebody got a scratch. So Fuchs going to get it on the long inbound. It's going to be an overthrow in the inbound, but a good job there by Knoll to pick it up. She's going to throw it over Rickman's head and out of play, and it turned it back over to the Lady Wolves.
Oh, my, what a great job to run that.
Oh, never mind. You're right.
Run that one down.
I was looking at it. He's the one that's wrong. Camera!
All right, we're going to go under a minute here.
Yep.
37-36. Douglas with the 1-point lead.
Ooh, what a game it has been. Like I said, the Lady Wolves of St. Augustine will climb back into this one as Douglas had to lead most of this game.
That's going to be a jump ball.
Possession arrow stays with St. Augustine. Good job there by Rickman as Mays will check back into the ball game for Fuller after getting the first aid. And we're right at 50 seconds to go. Inbound coming in here from Mathis. Mathis on the inbound, going to find Smith. Got to have a good, smart play here. Smith in the lane, puts up the shot, and it's going to fall. Oh, the shooter's roll, and Smith gets it to go.
I was going to ask, what if you wait till the last second, take a last-second shot, but SA goes right to it. They'll take the lead with a chance to go up by a bucket. But still, lots of time to play here, 45.72 seconds.
Yeah, a lot of time out. And both teams have a foul to give here before they put somebody on the line. But still.
No, that should be it. That should be 5 for.
Oh, that should be
5 on Douglas.
Yeah, that was going to be a shooting foul no matter what. But that should be 5 on Douglas. They're going to say that was 5 on Fuller. I only had her for 4. All right, so substitution here for Coach Cloudy. That's 4 on Rickman. Mm-hmm. Okay. So at the line is Smith. So
given that neither team has hit a three-pointer, this is a huge basket right here.
Yes, definitely. Three-pointer the old-fashioned way. Get that 2-point lead. Smith back of the iron, no good. Nice box out there.
Oh. Got away with a travel. Oh, wide open. Look at that. Play in. Nice play. Nice look down the court. Try to keep the eyes open.
Find Heist down there. So 30 seconds to go. Here come the Lady Wolves. Burrell kicking back. Mathis for 3. Back of the iron won't go. Rebound comes out. That's going to be a foul. Is that going to be against Douglas? I do believe it is. Yep. That's going to be against number 1, Knoll.
That's going to send St. Augustine to the free throw line to shoot 2. Down by 1.
Whoa. So going to the line here is Clark. With 23.9, basically 24 seconds left to go. Oh, misses at the front.
You got to hit your free throws.
Especially late here in the game.
Yep.
When it's this tight, you got to knock down the free throws. Second one.
No
Can't
good
get it to
either.
go. Fuchs chasing down the rebound in the far corner. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. And we're going to leave it right here. 21 seconds left to go. 39-38. Douglas with the lead. And if you just joined us here in this ballgame, folks, Douglas had a lead of 11 at least once or twice in this ballgame in 9, 7, 5. And then finally the Wolves just kind of clung back in. They took the lead a little while ago. So here we go with a little less time to go here in this ballgame. It's turned out to be a really good one. Got a couple of guys games on the way next, folks. We're going to have the Kuntz Lions. They will take on the Brooklyn Wildcats. That's coming up. And then one of my very favorite coaches, Coach Wager, is going to be here for his Mount Pleasant Chapel Hill. They'll take on the Hooks. And then we'll get back to some girls action. And then hopefully I'm going to get to my Plates of Grace hamburger here before too long.
I've been snacking on the French fries. They're good.
Good French fries. Appreciate the good folks at Plates of Grace outside of town there in Center. on the Shelbyville Highway. Get by there and check out the great breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Timeout is over. 39-38. So here we go as Douglas will have the basketball with 21 seconds to go.
So at some point, do you foul Larry Pierce?
Yeah, you got to put him on the line no matter what. So
unless you can get a steal.
Mathis almost gets a steal there. Mays. That
There they go.
They're
Oh, wait a minute. The ball is free.
That's going to be Douglas ball if it's a
jump ball.
And
it's going to go to Douglas.
So that took about 6 seconds off the clock here with about 15, 16 seconds left to go. So the inbound coming in here once again.
I think you need to foul pretty quickly because you got to foul twice.
Throw it up ahead here. Fuchs lose a handle on the basketball. Now that's going to be another jump ball possession. There it goes to
it's going to
St.
switch
Augustine.
over. Oh, my.
So we get under 10 to go. Coach High says he was trying to call a timeout there, but the ref not granting that. So St. Augustine with a chance here with under 10 seconds to play in this ball game. 9.76 is actually what it is. Ours doesn't break down to that 9.76. Here we go. Lady Wolves with a final chance here on the inbound. Get it into Clark. Clark back over to Mathis. Mathis, 3-ball. Will not go. Rebound comes out. It's going to be a foul on St. Augustine with 3 seconds to go.
That may do it.
That's the 15th foul. They'll be shooting 2 at the other end. And Douglas, fighting to hang on here. Going to come out of here. Looks like they may come out here with a victory.
The problem is St. Augustine didn't need to shoot a 3. They should have worked it in for 2.
Thought they might be able to finally get that 3 that they were looking for all game long, but 0 for 12 for the Lady Wolves. 0 for 10 for the Lady for real people.
I missed the first.
So off the mark there by Null. And still with only 3 seconds, I don't know, that doesn't give you much time to get up there, but you got to get something
it's
going
not like the NBA where you can advance the ball.
Right. So we've got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Folks here in East Texas really love their breakfast. Whether you're looking for biscuits or gravy, anything up to quiche, you'll find it there at Plates of Grace Country Kitchen for an awesome breakfast. When it comes to lunch, they'll always have a great special written on the board, or check out the menu for all kinds of great items like the Bubba Club, chicken fried steak, fish and shrimp, or even that mouth-watering hamburger steak. You'll find all these mouth-watering dishes at Plates of Grace Country Kitchen just outside of Center on Shelbyville Highway.
A lot of us do our banking at Shelby Savings Bank because it's our hometown bank, but it's also a thoroughly modern bank featuring online banking, mobile banking, paperless statements, deposit-taking ATM machine. All that in my hometown bank? Yes, because it's a bank for your modern hometown. Shelby Savings, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, here we go. Back to it, folks. He got a little over 3 seconds left to play in this ball game. And the Lady Indians are hanging on to a 1-point lead right here. And they'll be shooting a couple. Oh, she's got one more at the line down here. So Coach Cloudy getting his team to come out of this timeout here. So basically, if Noel can knock this one down, she hasn't got any points here in this fourth quarter. She's got 13 points in this ball game, trying to make it 14 to give her team a 2-point lead here with about 3 seconds left. So unless that long-range 3 comes from the Lady Wolves, it may be a little too much here. So we'll see what happens. But Noel got to knock it down on this end first.
Think somebody get it across. Oh, it's no way, no good.
That's going to be off the top up there.
Oh, that's the best case scenario for St. Augustine.
Yes, it is, really. I mean, I can understand you wanting to miss the shot, but you kind of missed it the wrong way right there. You want to try to pull that off the rim if you're going to try to do that. So, all right, so they call timeout here again, does Coach Heiss, with that 3 seconds left. So just a couple more here. And like I said, too, folks, we got a couple of the guys' games on the way, and then we get a couple of the ladies' games here for the remainder of the evening. We'll be back tomorrow morning. I believe it's 9 a.m. is the first game tomorrow morning, folks. There's about 4 games tomorrow. We kind of wrap up the tournament. So we'll be in at 9 a.m. will be the boys' 5th-place gold game. And then at 10:30 will be the girls' 5th-place gold game. And then at noon will be the girls' silver third-place game, and then the boys' silver third-place game will be at 1:30. That'll wrap up our coverage here in Timpson. So there will be a couple more games over there in the Tenaha facility as well that you can catch out there. But right now, that's going to wrap it up here for us here at the Timpson facility. But we're going to get – I think we've had so many internet issues here this morning, folks. We're so sorry with yesterday and today, but I think we've got it worked out the best we possibly can. We got lucky with Brett showed up here out of Tyler to bring a Starlink with us.
Right.
Otherwise, we may have been in a little bit of trouble here today as well. But we've still got a long cord we're going to try to hook in here to make it even better. But I think we finally got it all kind of figured out here. So we're going to put it back to 4 seconds, and this long 1 minute timeout here is going to finally be over here before too long.
It should be 3.33. No time should have gone off the clock off that play.
So they're trying to get it back to that, but that's kind of hard to do to stop it right at 3.3. But you should be able to. There he is. What's up, Coach? How you doing, Coach Wager?
Oh, it's Coach Wager.
Yeah, Coach Wager is here. You know Dallas Parker right there. And Coach Wager from Mount Pleasant Chapel Hill is here. They got a game coming up here in just a little while. In case you don't know, Coach Wager from the Shelbyville Dragons. Missing a good one right here, Coach.
Okay. It's one of our favorite coaches.
That's right. That's right. Did you bring the wife? She's coming, but she's working. There you go. Oh, okay, there you go. All right. Well, here we go. We got the final 3 seconds here for the Lady Wolves. See if they can get it in here. Mathis. Half court line, going to throw it up ahead and not going to get a shot off. Oh, no. And it will be a 39-38 victory here for the Lady Indians of Douglas over St. Augustine. That was a great ball game and a good job there for Douglas to come back and get that win right there. All right, folks, that's the way it's going to roll down here for the end of this one. And what a great game it was. It was a good comeback here, but Douglas was able to hang on and get the victory here over the St. Augustine Lady Wolves. All right, we got some guys basketball. It is on the way coming up here shortly, folks, so stay with us. And we're going to clear this stream out here, and we'll get the next one coming up for you. That'll be coming up here in about 10 or 15 minutes as it's Kuntz and Hooks on the guys' side, headed up here on NETSN.